Hello, lovely people, and welcome back to this space of reflection and growth. This is episode 55 of Cappuccinos in Confidence with Nefe, and we're continuing Money Confidence Month. If you've been following along, you know this conversation has never just been about numbers. We've been looking at the deeper story beneath them, and today we're moving into one of the most important parts of the journey, and that is savings. For many of us, the word saving can stir guilt, pressure, or panic, especially if you're starting from zero. So let this be a gentle reset. Savings isn't just a practical task for your spreadsheet. It is a profound act of self-trust, emotional safety, and self-respect. Every time you set even a small amount aside, you are sending yourself a powerful message. And that is, I have my own back. Part 1. Saving as an act of self-trust. For so many ambitious women, money has felt like something that happens to us rather than something we direct. Maybe you grew up around stress or secrecy, or maybe you've spent years being the one who makes it work for everyone else. That history matters because saving is rarely about maths. It's often about memory, identity, and emotional weight. When we don't save, many of us live in a state of hypervigilance, always bracing for the next wrong thing to happen. That makes it hard to feel calm, clear, or confident. Saving begins to soften that survival mode, not because it fixes everything overnight, but because it changes the relationship you have with yourself. Every time you save, even if it's just £5, you are keeping a promise to yourself. You are building evidence that you are someone who prepares for her future and honors her needs. That repeated act of choosing yourself is where true confidence and mindset growth begins. Self-trust is not built through perfection. It is built through repetition, through tiny, honest steps, and through beginning again without making your setbacks mean something cruel about your worth. Part 2. The power of the £5 rule. I often hear from my loves that saving small amounts feels pointless. They say things like, what's the point of £5? It won't fix a broken boiler or pay for a holiday. But small amounts are not meaningless when they're building a new pattern. So often, what keeps us stuck is the waiting trap. We wait until we earn more. We wait until life calms down. We wait until the debt is gone. We wait until we feel, quote unquote, ready. But readiness is slippery. If you wait for ideal conditions, you may never begin. This is why the £5 rule matters. Confidence isn't built in a destination. It's built in the decision to start exactly where you are. Saving £5 is a vote for future you. It helps you practice follow through and it builds the muscle of self-trust. If all you can save right now is £5, start there proudly. The goal is not to impress anybody. The goal is to create a rhythm your real life, like yours, not someone's on Instagrams, but your real life can handle and hold. Part 3. Creating emotional safety with emergency funds. I like to think of savings in two distinctive ways: emergency funds and sinking funds. Emergency funds are your peace funds. They are for the things you can't predict, like a car repair, a sudden gap in income, or an urgent home expense. And beyond the numbers, they create emotional safety. Even a small cushion gives you breathing room between you and the crisis. It helps your nervous system settle because you are no longer facing every surprise with nothing behind you. Instead of reacting from panic, you have a little more peace or space to respond. An emergency is usually something unexpected, necessary, and time sensitive. It is not Christmas or a spontaneous treat. It is the expense that arrives uninvited and disrupts your stability. You might hear experts say you need 3 to 6 months of expenses, but please don't let that stop you. Ask yourself instead, what amount would help me feel just a little bit calmer tonight? Maybe it's £100, £250, or enough to cover one urgent repair. That is your safety, your first safety milestone. Then build from there. Could be 500, 1,000, 1 month of essentials. Safety is often built layer by layer. And I want to say this clearly. An emergency fund is not only for savings, it is also for using. If something genuinely goes wrong and you need to dip into it, that does not mean you have failed. It means the fund did its job. The rhythm is simple. Save, use, rebuild without shame. Build in self-respect with sinking funds. So while emergency funds are for what-ifs, sinking funds are for the wins. These are for the expenses we know are coming, but often treat like surprises. Things like Christmas, birthdays, annual insurance, or car maintenance. These costs are not random, they are predictable. And once you begin to see them that way, everything changes. Sinking funds help you stop treating predictable expenses like emergencies. Instead of panicking in December or feeling blindsided by yearly payments, you make space for it little by little. That is why they are such a confidence builder. They reduce chaos, protect your peace, and help you feel more in charge of your money. Then savings for future goals. So not all savings are about emergencies or bills. Some are about desire, growth, and alignment. Maybe you're saving for a holiday, a home, a business idea, IVF, or simply a soft life fund that gives you more options. Goal, I can never say that word. Goal-based savings remind you that money is not only for surviving, it's also a tool for building the life you want. And this is where naming your pots matters. A pot labelled Account 3 means very little, but a pot labelled Home Fund, IVF Fund, or Soft Life Summer carries intention. Names create connection. They help your savings feel purposeful and real. What if you keep dipping into your savings? So let's talk about something tender and common. What if you keep dipping into your savings? First, breathe. This is one of the quickest ways women fall into a shame cycle. You save, life happens, and then the inner critic gets loud. But shame is rarely a useful money strategy. Instead of judging yourself, get curious. Ask, was this actually an emergency? Was this expense better suited to a sinking fund? Did I set my savings amount too high for this season? Is my budget honest about my real life? Do I need to separate pots so everything is not mixed together? Please hear me. Dipping into savings does not make you irresponsible. It gives you data. Use the data, adjust the system, and protect your dignity while you learn. Part 4. Practical steps to build your savings rhythm. If you're ready to start building this safety net, here is a gentle 6-step rhythm. Number 1, start where you are. Work with your real numbers, not fantasy pressure. Number 2, choose one goal first. Pick one clear anchor, like an emergency cushion or a soft life fund. 3, Pick a repeatable amount. Choose an amount you can return to consistently, even if it is just £5. Number 4, name the pot. Give your savings meaning with a name that reflects the purpose and feels right for you. Number 5, automate the effort. A standing order can make savings feel easier and more consistent. Number 6, track and celebrate. Celebrate progress early. Small wins build momentum. Savings and self-worth. There's also a deeper layer here. For many women, especially those who are used to giving everything to everyone else's needs, savings brings up one tender question. Do I believe future me is worth preparing for? If you're always the one holding things together, it can feel unfamiliar to reserve something for yourself. But that is exactly what savings can teach you. It teaches you that your future deserves care, that you are allowed to plan for ease, and that self-respect is something you practice. Every contribution, however small, can become a quiet declaration of worth. I matter enough to prepare for. When money feels tight. So I want to speak directly to my lovelies who are reading this with a pinch in their chest because money is genuinely tight right now. If there is barely anything left of the essentials, please do not use these words to shame yourself. Sometimes the most confident thing you can do isn't save more. It is to understand your numbers and create a budget that reflects your real life. That is still progress. That is still self-respect. If there is no real surplus right now, your work may simply be clarity. Look at what is coming in, what is going out, and what is quietly draining you each month. Sometimes understanding your numbers is the first saving strategy. And if savings is not possible this month, that does not mean you are failing Money Confidence Month. It may simply mean this season is about awareness, honesty, and tiny grounded resets. Shame will not help you save. Clarity will. Part 5. Continue your journey with a soft life budget planner. So, if you want a supportive, gentle space to manage your money with more intention, I've created something just for you. The Soft Life Budget Planner is a digital guide designed to move you away from restriction and towards a life of calm, purpose, spending, and saving. Think of it as a practical companion for your money reflections. Inside, you'll find space to map your income and expenses, track your savings rhythm, plan for sinking funds, and keep your goals visible in a way that feels grounded rather than harsh. It's designed for women who want structure without shame, more clarity, and money habits that feel aligned with the life she is building. Inside the planner, you can see the pages and prompts to track what is coming in and going out, set realistic savings goals, create name pots for emergencies, future goals, prepare for annual and seasonal expenses, notice patterns without spiraling into guilt, and celebrate progress in a way that builds confidence. It's not about becoming a perfect budgeter overnight. It's about creating a money rhythm that feels like self-care, not punishment. So, if today's post or episode has stirred something in you, let this be your natural next step. So get the Soft Life Planner at nefegantoye.com. Summing up, you are worth preparing for. Remember, my love, saving money isn't just about the balance in your bank. It's about the balance in your soul. It's about building the safety you deserve and the self-respect that comes from knowing you can trust yourself. It's about moving from panic to preparation, from self-criticism to self-support, and from waiting for the perfect moment to take one tiny, honest step today. So, Whether your next move is saving £5, opening a new pot, or simply sitting down with your numbers and telling yourself the truth, let it count. Let it be enough for this season. You do not need to save perfectly to become more confident with money. You just need to keep returning to yourself. You are worth preparing for. With love, Nefe. Bye!